Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gloucester Brewery and welcome to the stage your MC Nick Hill! I say that once I can actually stop this music playing, which is not really the way we wanted to start this gig, to be quite honest with you. Listen on. Right, sorry about that. That was awful. That has got to be, I've got to be honest, in the 8 months we've been running this gig, that was probably the worst entrance, so I do apologise for that. Are you all okay? Boo! Who was booing? Oh, thanks for that. This is nice. I've got to say, just looking around, you are the best looking audience I've gigged to today. Yeah. So, welcome to the brewery. Who's been here before? Yeah, just only a few. Just how many of you have actually ever been to a stand-up gig before, just so I can gauge what level of intelligence you're at? Oh, a few. Okay, right. It's going to be entertaining then. Right, my name's Nick Hill. I'm your MC for the evening. So my job is basically just to chat to you initially and introduce the acts. For those of you that haven't seen me before, I'm Gloucester born and bred. Are we all from Gloucester? Yeah. Ooh, bit of dissent in the room straight away. So, right, show of hands, who's from Gloucester? Who's from that place we don't mention? That's the one. So there's 2, 3, 4 people from Cheltenham tonight. That's great. And I don't know if you've heard lately, but there's been rumours of Gloucester being merged with Cheltenham. Yeah, to create a mega city, right? And BBC Gloucester went out into Gloucester to interview some people and ask them what they thought about that. And the response wasn't too bad, to be quite honest. It was, yeah, I think that's quite a good idea, like that could bring a lot to us. Yeah, that's really good. I think, being twinned with Cheltenham, that would be lovely. They went to Cheltenham. They asked one person what their opinion of being twinned with Gloucester was, and her response was simply, ghastly. To be honest, I would say you're most welcome, people from Cheltenham, but the honest answer is you're not. I can't lie. I'm really surprised you've actually come across tonight. It's great, because normally, when we say show of hands from Cheltenham, nothing. It's just like... So is anybody else from anywhere else? Anybody from Stroud? Oh, not Stroud.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
Not Stroud. Because the person behind you's from Stroud, so you just offended her. Where are you from?
Lancashire.
Lancashire. Ah, that's lovely, isn't it? What part of... You've come a long way tonight then, haven't you, for this?
Yeah, just for this entertainment.
You lying git. It's not true, is it? Do you live down here now? But you haven't lost the accent. You need to work on that. You thought you had? Have you heard yourself? It's bloody right thick on your I'll tell you what, I'm struggling to understand the fucking word you're saying. Quite honest. You're very welcome. Our little Lancashire hot pot. So have we got any advance on that? Anybody from Stroud? Oh, you're from... Oh. No, not Stroud. Where are you from? Essex. Oh, you've come a long way as well. But you live in Gloucester now. That's great. And nobody from the forest. Listen to that song. Oh dear. Actually, that's not strictly true, but because Gloucester, we are quite an up-and-coming city now. The Docks is doing really, really well. It's been used for film sets. We've obviously had the cathedral used for Harry Potter. We've had the Docks used for many films, of which I can't remember any of them, to be quite honest. But which ones?
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Thank you, Clive, for that. That's what happens when you get old, your memory goes. But we can't compete with the Forest of Dean and Puzzlewood being used for Star Wars, can we? Well, that was just fantastic for the forest. And I don't know if you know this, but the makers of Star Wars want to recreate that famous bar scene in the original Star Wars film, where Luke Skywalker walks into a bar and there's all sorts of weird people with 2 heads and 8 fingers. And to be honest,
is that what the camera's for?
all they got to do is walk into any pub in Colford any night of the week, you'll see it there. Did you all enjoy the Victorian Market last week? Who came down for that?
Yeah.
It was a tad busy, wasn't it? It was a tad busy. Not the best planned market, to be quite honest. The day Gloucester were playing at home, and allegedly there was 250,000 people visited that market over the weekend. I didn't see anybody counting anybody, did you? No. And the guy who owns Toast, just over the back here, I don't know if you read it in The Citizen, but he said 250,000 people allegedly visited the market, which was 25% up on last year. And he's done some calculations. He reckons by 2030, if the market is still running, we'll have the world's population in Gloucester on that weekend. Which is brilliant. We were going to come to the market, but to be honest, the road, it was just chaos, wasn't it? Anybody who drove, the roads were absolutely gridlocked. I don't know, that shared space up at the top of Southgate Street, that was just carnage. And I don't know what happens to normal people. Because like normal people, like for example you and you, lovely people I'm sure, but give them a high-vis vest and a radio. And they just turn into the Gestapo. And we were queued up coming up Southgate Street for about 20 minutes. And, you know, waiting that long, there's bound to be an incident of road rage. And one of them actually got knocked over. And I'm just going to use in my defence when my case comes up that I've been waiting for ages. And the ice rink, who's been to the ice rink?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen it? You haven't ventured on it? Not yet. We can all go over there afterwards. It is going to be open, especially for the James Hopkins trial. I don't know if you knew that. Did you mention that? But whoever put the ice rink up, they obviously haven't thought that out either, because the fences are pretty low. And so all this week they just had all the kids from Matson and Coney Hill just jumping over and whizzing around there on the ice rink on their little wheelies, which has been brilliant. And also staying open till 8 o'clock. I don't think that was the best idea. It opened on the day Gloucester were playing at home. There was middle-aged men who should have known better. Being in Lord Constable till 7 o'clock. 7 pints of Stowfords later, staggering out. Getting over the little fence and skating round. Got to be honest, it was the best afternoon I've had for a long time. Which was really, really good. You seem a really nice audience, and just so you know what's going to happen tonight, we're going to have a first act, then we'll have a break, and before we bring the second act on, going to do the raffle. Have you all bought raffle tickets? Is there anybody who hasn't bought raffle tickets yet? Is there still some for sale?
Always.
Always some for sale. And there are some great prizes. There's some crap ones as well, but there's... No, actually, they're all really, really good. Allegedly, so I've been told. And then we'll have another break, and then we'll have your middle act, and then another break, and then we'll have your final act. So we should be done, around about 10:30ish. And in the meantime, bar's open, so you can do what you want, drink, anything like that, that'd be great. You've all been really nice, and none of you have said anything. Nobody's heckled about my height. For those at the back, this is not an optical illusion. I really am this small. And my wife asked me that question about a month ago, which every man dreads. Not my wife asking them the question, but it was and she is Welsh, so I do apologise for the accent. Have you got any idea what day it is today? And I'm thinking, anniversary, birthday, the day you caught me with your sister. I said, I've got to be honest, love, no, I haven't got a clue. She said, well, I tell you. I said, all right, what is it? She said, it's World Penguin Day. Now, I'm not a great lover of penguins, I've got to be honest. I don't know what they've done to deserve a special day, let alone across the world, but clearly they've done something. And I said, so it's World Penguin Day, is it? Yeah, I googled it. I love the way she says that. There's something really sexy about that accent. So much so that we've started putting that into our flagging sex life because we are getting nearer 60. So she's now ringing me up saying, "Are you coming home?" Might do why? And just laid on the bed googling myself. You're looking at him thinking, we'll try that now, yeah. How do you feel about that? You don't know. I said, well, that's nice. Of what relevance is that to me? She said, well, do you realise, she said, at your height, you're only 2 inches taller than the biggest emperor penguin ever recorded. That's quite harsh, isn't it, really? I think what it was, right, she's, how can I say this? She don't know how to take me sometimes. She did say, look, you know, we have been married, like, coming on for 17 years, and our sex life is flagging a little bit. Why don't you surprise me sometime? Which is fair enough. So the other night when she was in the ensuite, I got under the bed, turned all the lights off, and when she came out, I just grabbed her ankles. And apparently that wasn't the surprise she meant. I can't say anything wrong with that. But I do know I'm not particularly tall, and you know certain things happen and they remind me. I was at Alton Towers a couple of weeks. What? A few weeks back, and I was just stood in the queue, and I heard this comment behind me. God, look at him, he's tiny. He's not going to go on any of these rides, surely. And I learnt a couple of things at Alton Towers. The first thing I learnt was it's considered socially unacceptable to meet provocation, no matter from what source, with violence. And the second thing I learnt was it is actually a criminal offence to punch a 14-year-old lad, even though he was 6'3". But you know, it happens. And I've also, as well as being little, I've been blessed with ginger hair, which is just fantastic. God must have been in a really bad mood when he made me. And have we got any other gingers in the room? One. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Is that real? Is it proper ginger?
It is proper ginger.
Do you want to prove it?
I just had a wax yesterday.
You just have to... That's the best comeback. Well, you know, yeah. I want to, but I just had it waxed yesterday. So if you haven't had it waxed, are you saying that in front of the room... You can what? You can show me your legs. Christ, you haven't shaved your legs. How hairy are you? Jesus Christ. I don't know what this is falling into now, to be quite honest. No, I've had it waxed, that's it. I suffered as a child, to be honest, mainly with the name calling. Copper knob, ginger nut, Duracell, you little ginger wanker. And I can remember saying, Dad, you know, you're not funny. And with ginger hair, and I know this. A lot of people think this comes a temper. Have you got a temper? Not even when they pull it off really quickly.
Just bite a strip of leather.
You bite a strip of leather. I'm liking you more and more. No, I just bite a strip of leather, mate. Is she with you? No. Like, have you just primed her tonight? Just oh, you're priceless. You've got to come to every gig. Yeah, any strips of leather around, I'll just have that. I was quite volatile when I was younger, and I thought I'd actually calm down. In fact, no, I have calmed down. I've really calmed down. But we had a new kitchen fitted by Moban, and it was just a nightmare from start to finish. And on the last day of them fitting it, they scratched one of the light oak wooden doors. And they'd been a long time fitting this kitchen, and this was the last straw for me. And I said, look, you just scratched that door. He said, oh, don't worry, I'll phone customer services, you'll have another door tomorrow. Tomorrow came, no door. 6 weeks went by, me ringing up every day, no door. Last Saturday, we were just about to go out. There was a knock on the door. The postman stood there with a door-shaped parcel. He said, "Do you want to sign for this?" I said, "I will." Brought it in. My wife said, "Are you going to have a look at it?" I said, "Well, we don't need to look at it. Clearly it's the door." She said, "Don't you want to check it's the right door?" I said, "Well, it looks like a door." She said, "But it might not be." I said, "Well, I'm sure it is." She said, "Just check it." I opened it up. I looked inside, and the door was blue. She said, "I'm going out because you're going to lose it, aren't you?" I went, "Yeah, I'm going to lose it." Yeah. So I got on the phone to Moden. It was about 5 to 12. And the girl from customer services answered. She said, "Hello, Moden Customer Services." I said, "Hello, it's Mr. Hill from Gloucester." She said, "Oh, how are you?" I said, "Well, I'm all right, sort of." She said, "Has your door arrived?" I said, "Yeah, funnily enough it has." She said, "Well, that's good because you've been waiting ages, haven't you?" I said, "Yeah, about 7 weeks." She said, "Well, you didn't have to ring us just to tell us that." I said, "No, I'm not ringing you just to tell you that." I said, "The door's arrived, but it's blue." Right? And I swear to God, she tittered down the phone. I said, "Do you think it's funny?" She said, "Well, you've got to see the funny side." I said, "Well, I don't share your opinion." She said, "Well, what do you want me to do? Because we finish at 12. "Not today, you don't." She said, "Well, what are you expecting?" I said, "Well, I'll tell you what." She said, "Why don't you get in your car, go down to the warehouse, find the idiot that picked the wrong door, give him a slap from me, you get the door, you get back in your car, you drive down from wherever it is to Gloucester, knock on my door, I will invite you in, I'll make you a coffee, you can fit the new door, and then you can piss off back for where you came from, and I never want to speak to you or your company again. Do I make myself quite clear?" I've got to be honest, there was a few more swear words involved with that. And she said, well, hang on. She said, "Did you say the door was blue?" I said, "Yes, the door is blue." And she said, "You have peeled back the blue protective cover." Yeah. Bless her. Listen, you're in for a fantastic evening of stand-up tonight. We've got 3 really, really great acts for you, and it's my delight to welcome to the stage the first one. So if you could start the applause at the back with Gloucester's own version of "Take That," which would be lovely. Yeah, all around. Look at them. It's like, ooh, woo! There's some very desperate women down the front here, clearly. Guys, if you could start the applause at the back, bring it all the way through the room as we welcome the lovely Steve Gear.
Hello, good evening, Gloucester. You well?